Haidong! In this video, we're going to talk about Sangsu Gubop Yukban's put away, as you probably know by now. So that's going to be our number 6 put away. This is going to be a kind of a strange one, right? Because just think about the progression, right? So, for example, so number 1, so nice crosscut, kick back. Number 2, roll. Number 3, reverse. Number 4, rolling into reverse. Number 5, overhead spin. So what's number 6 going to be? It must be like really epic, right? What is it? Right? A little bit anticlimactic, 7 makes up for it, but this seems a little bit strange position, right? Because like we've had like this growing amount of just interesting putaways, right? So rolling and going through the fingers, all that fun stuff, and then like boop, put away. But let's take a look at that, right? So once we learn this put away, a good amount of our putaways are going to just replicate it, right? So think about again, like Sangsu 9 does this, Sangsu 11 does this, and we also have variations of it. Like so, for example, in the beginning of Yedo, right? So Yedo 1 is, so this is 6, right? So Sangsu 6, Sangsu 1 or Yedo 1 is just overhead into reverse grip. We have Yedo 8, right? Here, and then 6, right? So once we do this so often, it's ubiquitous, like wherever we go for Sangsu, or for not just Sangsu, for Gumbops in general, right? So let's take a look at that put away. There's actually more going on than you might think. So if we start off here, right? So again, with all the forms up until 7, right? So focus, right? So focus, feel the weight of the sword. All you're gonna do, bring your finger over, so your index finger. You're gonna let the blade drop into a reverse grip. So again, you're ready to receive it. All you're gonna do is here, flip, reverse, and put away. Now there's gonna be more to it than that. I've seen, so what I would not recommend, right? Don't try to be like, haha, right? That's gonna kind of ruin like the purpose of this, right? So this is supposed to be the easiest put away no matter what. Even easier than our standard put away. This is supposed to be like, I just want the sword away. I'm ready, I'm tired. In fact, I used to call this a tired samurai for a while, right? So finger over, use the weight of the sword, right? So you have an iron sword. So here, use the weight of it to let it fall right into your hand. That's it, right? So I literally have to expend, not 0 because there's always some energy, but very minimal energy, right? So if I'm here, so if I try to do that, put away, so much energy, right? So much effort, as well as it being dangerous because it could fly off into my face, versus finger over, let the weight, so again, think about the center of mass, again, mine's about there. Center of mass dropping and going straight, almost like a pendulum, going straight into my scabbard. Here, boop. Super easy, right? So notice I'm right here for now, right? So I'm gonna come creepily really close, like that, right? Now obviously you can keep it like that if you want to. I would recommend switch into an actual reverse in order to put the sword away, because reverse grip, as we mentioned in Sangsu 3's put away, just make put away so much easier, right? So let's take a look, right? I'm gonna take from this side just in case people like that angle. Finger over, use the weight of the sword just to fall into your put away. And then again, I'll face you. Okay. So here, finger over, let the weight drop, switch, and then reverse, right? So again, super easy, right? So again, we start to use this, again, once we learn it in 6, we do it for everything, right? So we do it like for pretty much like every form subsequent, right? Almost every form subsequent. Just because it's so useful and just so easy to do. That's honestly about it, right? So like this again is the simplest put away. It's the easiest put away for really anyone to do. So it seems a little bit like, all right, so why at 6, right? So what makes 6 so special that we're finally just kind of like reducing the heat, right? So again, we're amping up the heat every time, right? So again, with spins, reverse grips, and all that fun stuff. Why at 6 do we kind of revert back to this, right? So again, think about the themes leading up to 6, right? So form 1, general introduction. Form 2, again, continuity, right? Deeper stances, a little more oomph, right? Form 3, pacing, distance, getting used to, again, using the false edge a little bit more like that. Again, like also checking whether someone is dead or not, and then kind of creepily getting away from it. 4, raw power and being able to stabilize after that cut. Number 5, that power, but now reel it back in, do some jumps and all that fun stuff with stabs. 6, what's 6 doing? 6 does not have the same kind of power as the previous forms, especially not like 4 and 5. This one is all about dexterity and knowing your distance, right? So you're playing with distance a lot more, right? So you're amping up power the entire time up until you hit 6. 6 is the time they kind of like, all right, I know enough not to immediately die. Let's see how much I can get away with. Let's see how easily I can do these techniques without being hurt. I mean, take a look at the difference between the two stabs, right? So if we take a look at Sangsu 5 stab, 5, I am running, stabbing, parry, stabbing, parry, stabbing, right? 6, right? Back off, pal. Seriously back off, deflect, thrust, they try to deflect you, duck underneath, finish them off, right? Very, very efficient, right? So it's a very efficient form. And again, with the X, right? So you're not being like, oh, spin, cut, blocking, cutting, uppercutting. No, it's like, all right, like you, stop, I see you, I'm gonna cut you, oh, you're trying to cut me, I'm gonna cut you back, and then false edge, right? Also notice the very end of the form, right? So the end of the form, right? So we just did a false edge, half tail. First of all, our half tail, which is really fun. A nice, kind of relaxed, chill, right? So you're coming up this way, you're here, you're in a very zen state, right? It's like, okay, yeah, we're done. So this actually completely matches the style of that form. This is all about efficiency and being very, very chill with your form. Again, that cook, right? So that nothingness that should be in your mind as you're fighting. 6 is where you start to kind of, you feel the fire, right? Up until 6. Now you kind of see just the void behind it, right? Not to get too philosophical about that, but again, this is the reason why I really love Gumdo, is because there's a reason for all of this stuff, right? So you build up to something, you drop back, realize there's so much more after that, right? And you keep building from there, bring that back, it's like, oh, yeah, there's more after that. So you kind of like, you expand an idea, get rid of it, see how much more space you now have, expand, etc., etc. So Gumdo is really, really awesome for that, and this is a good instantiation of that culmination, right? So you learn how to, again, do all these powerful things that you could do if you wanted to, but you don't need to, right? So I don't need to be like, aha, I'm going to put my sword away, bang, 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 spin for some reason, put away. No, you're at 6, right? So you're in the 6th belt. You've done all of that overhead spins. You've done, again, rolling through reverse grip. You don't need to, right? You're at a position like, all right, I fought my battle, put away. That's all I need, right? And then that becomes the standard, right? You don't need to have all that flashy stuff, all that power after you hit a certain point, right? You just don't need it, right? Your body doesn't need it. You just need to have that nice calm put away, which is why I actually secretly really love Sangsu 6 specifically, just because it kind of, again, reels things back after people are like, what comes next? What comes next? It's like, fun, and like, right? So kind of like works your philosopher's brain as opposed to merely the power hungry part. So actually with that, so our drills, right? So obviously, try it. So try putting the sword away with as little input as possible, right? So again, feel how gravity is, that sounds kind of trippy, feel how gravity is pulling on your sword, and just let it happen, right? So let it kind of swing immediately into your scabbard, right? Just feel how perfectly you can do that. So again, you don't want to do the spin and then put away. You don't want to do, again, here, put away. Gentle, right? Just here, bam. Just see how easily you can do that. And I know that sounds like a really weird drill, right? It's like, oh, like you just want me to relax? You want me to relax as a swordsman? Yes, right? So again, I guess on top of that, as another drill, is just think about how things progress, right? So again, Gumdo is really, really brilliantly engineered to be this perfect in terms of building up, and then again, tearing that down for you to build up even more better ideas. Or, maybe not better, but a different idea depending on your own skill level, right? So again, see why this put away makes sense, right? See why 7 is a natural consequence of doing 6 first, right? So think about all these different things. Again, this is a more philosophical one because the put away was really easy. I mean, that's the point, right? Like the actual act of putting away should be easy, so you can kind of free your mind of either, of anything, right? So cook, right? So nothingness, or think again more deeply about what this means, right? So again, this is a little bit more of a philosophical one, a little bit more theoretical one, although it was just a simple move. But I guess with that, so again, keep training, right? So keep working it, stay humble, and stay safe. Haidong!